Hello everybody! Fall shearing was a few weeks ago and I have been busy behind the scenes getting all the fleeces ready for the fall fleece restock. I have gone through 17 fleeces and have got them skirted, weighed, as well as locks have been sampled. They are all already uploaded on my website and are just ready to click active as a listing. All my fall fleeces will be available on my website on October 10th at 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. I'm obsessed with all of these fleeces and I cannot wait to share them all with you. So I thought I would go through and show you each of these fleeces and just how gorgeous they are, and they are ready for all of your creations. So let's get to showing you all the gorgeous fleeces. All my fleeces are tucked in these bins back here. Each single one, it's got the name of the sheep, and that way it makes my life easy when it comes to getting fleeces ready to be sent out. I can look on the bin, see the name of the sheep, and then I can easily grab it versus digging through each bin. Now we're gonna pull out each one and show you them because they're all absolutely stunning. All of the fleeces are put into these bins after they are skirted. And then I will add a little sticky note with the name of the sheep on it. So then it makes my life easy when it comes to sorting through when a fleece is sold and is ready to be sent out. I have them mostly put into bins based off of the color of the sheep, as well as the lamb fleeces are mostly in one bin. And then up here is the weight of all the fleeces, as well as the locks that were measured and what each of them equals, and then the pricing as well. So I charged $40 a pound for fall fleeces, so then I just kind of give a rough estimate based off of that on what the prices are going to be. So this is the first bin we've got. We've got Inrama, Andy, Badger, and Icy. This fleece right here is Andy's fleece. So you can see the gorgeous moret locks. I lightly skirt all my fleeces, so you can see like these are some little pieces that I have missed. However, I leave enough that it all comes out when you process it. Here is an Andy lock. You can see just based off of the look of the lock, Icelandics are dual-coated sheep. You can see the tog and the fell. The difference in them, you can see how thick this is right up at their skin. See how thick and full this is, and then it goes down to a very thin layer. So this is where it keeps them nice and warm, their inner coat, and then this is their outer coat. Some people choose to separate these and then process it. Personally, for me, I keep them all together. I find that it makes it nice and soft and beautiful blend together, but totally dependent on the person themselves. Andy's fleece is 3.20 pounds. Locks are averaging 8 inches, so she is a gorgeous fleece to have lots of wool to play with and process. I have a lot of moret fleeces this year. I'm obsessed with morets. I have a lot of morets in my flock. I love my natural colors, so morets are my obsession. So there are lots of moret fleeces in this restock. Next up, we have Icy. Icy is moret gray. Moret grays, you can see she's got some moret in her, like moret ends, and then you can see right at her skin she's very much gray. So the blend of moret gray makes a really nice color once it is carded. You can see especially like this lock, you can see she's very much so gray right at the skin, and then you can see at her ends it fades to very much so a moret. Andy and Icy, and then also Isa, I bought them in the summertime, and the person that had them before has never bred them. These girls had no babies on them, so they have so much more wool and staple length than my other girls that had their babies. And that is because all of their nutrition was going into themselves. So because all their nutrition was going into themselves, they had better body condition than the ewes that have been rearing lambs this summer, as well as their fleeces were that little bit fuller than my other girls. Icy's fleece is 2.73 pounds with locks averaging 8 inches, so she's also a super full fibery girl. Next up, we have Inrama. Inrama is also another one of my moret girls. She's 6.5 inches, so she still has a lot of staple length on her, and I really love Inrama. Inrama is 1.25 pounds, so she's a little bit smaller than the other girls, but she is just as gorgeous and makes your life a little bit easier when it comes to processing because there is less of her to work with. I keep between like 3 to 5 fleeces in each bin. So in this bin in particular, in my first bin, I have 4, so the last fleece in this one is from Badger. Badger is just a yearling, so she also had no babies on her, so she's also got a lot of wool like my 2 girls before. Here is Badger's fleece. Badger face fleeces are definitely more of kind of like a cream white color. Get some gray cream kind of tones to it, and they card really nicely together. Badger's super soft as well. Like this up here is absolutely gorgeous. Super soft, like I could literally have a blanket out of this. Badger is 1.80 pounds with locks averaging 6 inches. So she's a little bit shorter than staple, but she's got a lot to play with as well. And she's got some nice variety of fleece type in her as well. She's very curly, but she's also got a little bit of crimp to her as well. This next bin has some gorgeous baby fleeces in it. Baby fleeces this year are super soft and absolutely gorgeous. I am over the moon excited to show you guys these fleeces. All it takes is just to look in here and I see all the colors and I'm like, oh my gosh. First up right here is Isa. So like I said before, Isa is one of the ewes that came with Andy and Icy, so she had no babies on her, so she's got lots of wool to work with, and she's super crimpy. Isa has very different wool amongst my other Icelandic ewes. She is very short and doesn't have a lot of staple to her. You can see she's super thick here and she's very crimpy. She's very soft, even though she's got a little bit different wool type. So you can see they're just gorgeous. You can see a little crimp to it. There's Isa. She takes up like half the bin. Girl was eating very well this summer. Isa's fleece is 2.80 pounds and her locks are averaging 4 inches. Beside her is Romeo. He's one of my funny crosses because his mom was 3/4 Navajo Churro, so he's like 87.5% Navajo Churro. So he's a funny cross, but he has a gorgeous fleece with his cross. Because he is one of my meat lambs, this is his only fleece that I will get out of him. You can just see. He's super gray. When he was born, he was a very dark gray, kind of black, and that color has now faded to a very nice gray. So his lamb fleece is super gorgeous. Got some darker toned black to him as well. Like you can see, this is black right here, and he's got some nice black on him. He also has a nice mix of gray, so this would look really nice carded. This would make a really nice yarn based off of all his colors in him, and because he has a lamb fleece, he is fairly soft. That being said, Romeo is just under a pound at 0.98 pounds, with locks averaging 6 inches. Along with Romeo, I also have Ian, and Ian and Romeo are my 2 meat lambs for this year. I decided to shear my meat lambs just because then my sheepskins hopefully are less dirty than they have been in the past, because my lambs are processed at about a year old. That means that their locks are really long and their sheepskins become a little bit felted just with the timeline that they are butchered. I thought I would shear them in the fall and then see how that works. It also means I get a gorgeous lamb fleece out of them. This is Ian. Ian is 50% Icelandic, 50% Navajo Churro, and he is super soft. So Ian is solid white. He does have some spotting in him. He kind of reminds me of an Oreo cookie. He's got some black spots on him, so I wouldn't be surprised if there is some black in the wool. Ian is half a pound with locks averaging 5 inches. This is from Fern, and Fern is 50% Icelandic, 50% Navajo Churro. This is the last baby fleece in this bin. This fleece is one of my favorites. She was the last baby born of the year, so she's a little bit younger than the rest of them. You can see her locks are much shorter than the other guys, but she is super soft and has gorgeous coloring. You can see she's very gray and kind of fades a little bit. Fern is only 0.3 pounds and her locks are 3 inches. I have another fleece very similar to this color from Aria. She just is a little bit bigger than Fern. The last fleece in this bin is from Gwyneth. Gwyneth is a Morit Mouflon. You can see her Morit right here, and then she fades a little bit of stuff pieces falling. She's got lots of gorgeous wool to play around with. Gwyneth is always one of my favorites. She always is such a beautiful fiber producer. So her fleece is 1.02 pounds with locks averaging 5 inches. As somebody who loves my Moritz, this next bin I'm going to show you is seriously one of my favorites. It has a lot of Moritz in it, and it's like chef's kiss. First fleece I'm going to show you is Ragnar's fleece. This is my mature ram's fleece. Ragnar sheds off his wool in the springtime, so I really only get one good fleece from him in the fall, and each fall that fleece is just lovely. So this fleece is gorgeous. He's got long staple length on him. Like, come on. You get the more gray to him. Gorgeous. Literally, as soon as you open it, you are like, okay, there's the more gray. You can see he's got the gray here, and then he fades to the morit. This is the one thing I love about him. And he is super, super soft. Here, this is what is right at the skin, and it is soft as a blanket. Like, do you see that lock? Beautiful. He's absolutely stunning. His locks are about 5 inches on average. This piece you can see is a little bit longer. Ragnar's fleece comes out to 2 pounds. So you got lots of lovely wool to work with. Next fleece in here is from Helga. She's another one of my yearlings. And Helga's fleece is beautiful. She is so full, guys. Like, seriously? How pretty is this? This is my first fleece from her, as I just got her in the summertime, and I am already anticipating the next fleeces that I'm gonna get from her. Like, seriously, give me a ewe lamb next year. So her color is Morit Mouflon, and the Mouflons have the white bum, so she's got some white as well in her. You can see she's just as beautiful in this lock. So Helga's fleece is 1.84 pounds with locks averaging 7.5 inches. Next fleece in here is from Annie, and if you guys have been following me, you probably would recognize Annie. She's my friendliest ewe, and she is always by my side waiting for her cuddles, so each fleece I get from her is truly special, and I love seeing it off of her. Another Morit, of course, because this is my favorite bin with all my Morits in it. Let's see how long her staple is. She is very clean in comparison to some of my other ones before her. She's a very nice girl and likes to stay clean for me, so I really appreciate her for that. Here's an Annie lock. Annie's fleece is 1.87 pounds with locks averaging 6.5 inches. So this is the last fleece in the bin, and this is Greta's fleece. Greta is one of my more darker Morits. So you can see her fleece is a little bit different. I'm going to show you Annie's. So these are the two in comparison. This is Annie's and Greta's. This is just a little bit darker than Annie's is. I love Greta for that, just because it's nice to have a little bit darker of Moritz as well. Not to say that she doesn't fade a little bit, but she is a little bit darker than the other girls before her. Greta's fleece is 1.73 pounds with locks averaging 6 inches. If you're looking for a little bit darker of a Morit, Greta is your girl. So I'm down to the last two bins, and the next bin I'm going to go through is from my black girls. My solid black girls are all my Mouflon girls. Mouflons have the white bum, the white kind of chin and white underbelly. It's been a while since I've gotten full clean fleece from Sana and Fiola. I've got Sana and Fiola's fleece this fall, and they're both lovely. I'm very grateful I now have a fleece from both of them. They're very dirty and like to get into stuff. It's very rare I get a fleece from them, and because we had such great pasture this summer, they've got the gorgeous fleeces. So very proud of that. We've got Sana and Fiola, and then as well we've got one of my yearlings, Scotties. These are the 3 black adult ones I have, and they're all lovely. So here is Sana's fleece, the first of the 3 in here. Sana is super, super soft. It's one of the things I adore of her. It's a very beautiful black. Her locks are 6.5 inches. In Sana's bag of wool, she's got just under 2 pounds at 1.86. Fiola's fleece is a little bit smaller than Sana's, and Fiola's is 0.93 pounds. She is equally as stunning as Sana is. So here is a little Fiola lock. She's also super soft and lovely. And her locks are averaging 7 inches, so she's a little bit smaller than Sana, but her locks are just that little bit longer than hers. Last fleece in here is from Scotty, and Scotty's one of my yearlings, so she's a little bit bigger as well because she didn't have a lamb on her. And she's a little bit more gray than my other 2 girls. They're a little bit darker of a black Mouflon than Scotty is. So Scotty's really nice as she's got the little bit of gray kind of tone to her as well. She's kind of faded a little bit more to a gray than a black. Here's Scotty. You can see how gray she is kind of at the ends. Scotty is super, super soft. And her locks are 6 inches with the full fleece at 2.17 pounds. Those are the 3 black girls. These 3 are gorgeous. So if you're looking for some more darker fleeces, these are the girls for you. The last bin down here is also one of my favorites because this one is literally all full of baby lamb fleeces, and these fleeces are heavenly. Lamb fleeces are gorgeous choices if you're looking to spin something, as lamb fleeces are super, super soft, and they're definitely more of a wool that you would want to wear on your skin. Lamb fleeces are really special as well, as you only get a lamb fleece once out of them. Adult fleeces you get every year. Lamb fleeces are very nice that way. The first fleece is from Gunner, and Gunner is my ram lamb that I got this summer from Quebec. You can just see how beautiful his little locks are. He is a badger face as well, just like Badger, so he's got some black in him as well because he is the badger face. Badger face are kind of this color. These 2 colors mixed. So here is Gunner's fleece. Gunner's fleece is 0.70 pounds with locks averaging 5 inches. So you can see just based off of looking here, you can see he's got some gray on him, as well as he's got some more kind of white. I think he'll blend really nicely once you card it. I think the gray will kind of overpower. And here's a little lock of Gunner's. So you can see he's very crimpy and curly. So first baby Mort fleece is from Fada, and Fada is absolutely gorgeous. She's very dark Mort, as well as she's got a lot of staple to work with. You can see just how beautiful and long her wool is right here. So Fada's fleece is averaging about 6 inches, and she's very soft as well for this being her baby fleece. She's a little bit dirtier. Her mom is Sana. I'm not surprised that that is the case with that. I have tried to pick out as much as I can. I could sit here for hours and continuously pick at a fleece, but I know that it all comes out in processing, so we just kind of skirt out any big pieces, and then all the smaller pieces just will fall out when you process it. She is 1.37 pounds. The next baby Mort fleece is from Nella. Nella is also equally as gorgeous as Fada is. However, her locks are a little bit longer. Nella's locks are averaging at 6.5 inches, so there is lots of fleece to work with, and she is super, super soft. Yeah, like you can just see the staple on her, especially right here. Like, there's so much to work with on her. She looks just like a big fuzzball before shearing. And her fleece is 1.28 pounds. Last but not least, my last fleece in here is from Aria. And Aria is 50% Icelandic, 50% Navajo Churro. She is another one of my cross baby fleeces. And she is just like Fern. She's also a badger face, so you've got some gray in her and some brown kind of tones. Badger faces are really nice because you can get lots of color in them, so they're a very nice blend for any creations that you do plan to do. She's 0.5 pound and her locks are averaging 5 inches, so it's a little bit of wool here to work with. She's also super soft with this being her baby fleece. Absolutely stunning. Needless to say, I am super excited to share these fleeces with you. They are all beautiful, and I cannot wait for all the creations that will come out of these. Only 3 more days, and I cannot wait to get them uploaded on my website for all of you to shop. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. If you have any comments or questions, please make sure to leave them down below, and I will try and get back to you as soon as I can. You can find me on all social medias at Prairie Shepherdess. P.S. I'm also adding on here, all my fleeces will be listed on my website, prairieshepherdess.ca. That can be found as well in my link in the description. Shipping is available throughout Canada and the US. With Canada Post being on strike, all of the shipping will be done through Purelator, and all my orders head out on Tuesdays. So if you're interested in supporting me and my flock, all fleeces will be found on my website.